Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes. I'm Matt Burns.
I am Mr. Jamza Everain.
And this is The Burning Truth. It doesn't feel that long, does it?
No.
It doesn't feel that long ago that we were doing this. We were doing this introduction.
On a Y Wednesday.
True. But we're back to our regular schedule programming, back on a Sunday. And just in case, just to point this out, it has been 4 days since we last did this.
4 whole days. And in them 4 whole days, a lot has happened.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wow.
I'm just trying to think how we're going to convey our thoughts on what's been going on, because we've got a lot to go through, because we've got to go through potentially, the Raw after WrestleMania. The SmackDown after WrestleMania. And then we've got to discuss what happened in between. The time that we actually decided to do the actual last episode, the most recent episode of the previous episode, which was 4 days ago. The whole mess that happened during that entire situation. I feel like we're going to have an additional disclaimer on this episode.
Maybe.
So
maybe just a smidge. Maybe just a small one. A smidgy.
Would you mind, please, doing our usual?
Would you like me to do that thing I do every week?
You do it so well.
That I do mildly so well.
That you do.
Like a tikka masala. It's mild. So, without further ado, I bring to you the Sunday Watershed.
Yes.
And oh my God, it's a Sunday Watershed.
Yes.
So, getting straight into it, the following broadcast may contain language, opinions, and topics that may not be suitable for younger listeners or for those that are easily offended, or more horses. However, I do believe that if you wish to watch or listen to something a bit easier on the eyes and ears, I do believe that Tom and Jerry is perfect for them situations, although I also believe it may incite a bit of violence.
I'm going to say most likely the more later years, more up-to-date years, maybe more easy on the eyes compared to the old versions of Tom and Jerry.
Well, it never did me any harm. Look at me.
And you do realise you've just proven the point?
What point?
Never mind, moving on. I say jokingly. Now, to be honest with you, that could be another topic in its own right, potentially. Possibly using one of our, alternative names, possibly? Who knows? But yes. I will just say, I do agree with my colleague. It's probably a bit more, probably, even though it might be violent, it's a cartoon, so you pretty much know that's, there is some imagination and make-believe.
It's like ECW back in the day. Violent as fuck. Woohoo!
But also, probably, with the old cartoons, they probably also had they may have to have a warning disclaimer nowadays.
Yes, for the snowflake generation.
But anyway, we'll get down to it, shall we? Of course, the Burning Truth is in full support of Black Lives Matter and always will be.
We are also advocates for hashtag speaking out.
That we are 100% advocates for it, and we'll always be backing that as well. We, of course, always have airtime, a mic available, and always have, an audience to hear someone's opinions on them subjects, just as long as it's not anything slanderous, anything
Or liable.
Yep, or liable, or anything that's basically massively incorrect. Because, one, it's wrong. It's just wrong. You shouldn't be doing it. And two, we don't want to be sued.
Well, I don't. I want you to sue Matt Burns, though.
No, you don't.
I want them to sue you for your underpants.
What?
I want them to sue you for your underpants.
No, you don't.
Well, I'm just thinking of for when people are cold, they can all huddle up in a pair of your undies.
Just no.
Stretchy.
No.
Also, I just want to say that we do have a bit of airtime, but it does not come with air mileage.
I see what you did there. And it doesn't mean you'll be joining the Mile High Club either.
Giggity.
Just thought I'd point that out. But anyway, aside from that, we've also got our usual regular things to discuss, which we'll probably first want to get out of the way, which will be the blog.
Your log?
Every time is my week.
Every time it's your week. It's your time of the week. Or month.
Every time it's my week to cover the blog, you always mention it's the log.
It's the log. I always say it's a log, and it's a decent log, because when it's dropped, it's long, hard, and easy to pass.
I don't know whether if that was an insult, a compliment, or all the above.
Well, it's kind of a backhanded compliment, because it's like, when you have a good poo and you just go, like that. When you go cross-eyed and you just go,
In other words, like my colleague is saying, probably talking shit.
We do that every week.
True. But anyway, it's something that I will say that I hope brings a few laughs. But some of you who ever listened to us, who probably know that there'll be one part of it that I guarantee you, if you are regular listeners to us, you'll do one part of it in your head automatically.
Oh yes, you will. Yeah, you definitely will. You definitely will. See, when it comes to each other's blogs, when I read Matt Burns' log, we proofread it for one another. We go through it and we just go, yeah, that sounds all right. Yeah, that's good. I enjoyed that read. Blah blah blah. But then when Matt Burns decides to catch me completely off guard,
yep,
it has me ringing him up, telling him that he's a bastard.
Pretty much.
Because I was not expecting it. And the fact that I read a certain part in the voice, in my head, makes it even more funny.
While drinking something?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. You know what I mean?
But, anyway, if you want to know what we are referring to, check it out.
We're not talking about Phil Mitchell.
No.
Or Grant.
True. Anyway, aside from that, we of course also have TBT interviews.
Oh, yes. We have another interview coming out very, very soon. On what day, Mr. Burns?
Why Wednesday?
And why Wednesday?
Why not?
That sounded awfully creepy coming from you then.
Why not? That better?
Were you tickling your gooch when you read that out?
Nope.
You were, weren't you? You're having a bit of a...
No. Just no.
Yes.
And to make it even worse, even when I'm saying the word no, I'm trying to avoid the usual no. But now I'm doing the other no.
He will be doing that, though, quite a lot over this episode. So prepare yourself to cure a migraine.
If not, I'm finding myself doing the other version of no because of a certain image that you sent me. You know, since you ever sent me that image, I would keep doing the no.
No. No.
No. I'm like, what the? I can't win.
I've got that image in my head now. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's just no.
No.
But anyway, I will say it is prepared. It is ready. But as for who it is,
well, I wonder who that is. But I know one person I will not be telling. I shan't tell Michael Jordan.
I see what you did there.
Do you know how long it took me to come up with that?
I see what you did there.
It took me a long time. It's taken me since we did the interview, which is over a week.
Yes. But no, I approve of that one. Definitely.
I don't need your approval, you little bitch.
It takes one to know one.
Ew, meow.
Oh, you keep calling me the no cat, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Put your claws away. No.
Anyway, the point being is, we will be announcing that on social media, so keep an eye out on that, on who it is. But it will be out at the regular scheduled program timing on a Wednesday. So keep an eye out on social media on who it is. And we've now got to get to our main topic of every Burning Truth episode. Wrestling. And this week...
Well, we may talk a load of shit, but at least we are not creating the content which is shit and making very shit decisions.
I'm just going to point this out. An additional disclaimer, and this is me doing it off the top of my head. Normally, we have been recently doing our best to be more positive, more happy towards wrestling, especially a certain wrestling company that's supposed to be meant to be number one.
But unfortunately, this week we are going to be more negative than a male pregnancy test.
Oh.
I could hear the cogs ticking in your brain then as if to say, the fuck's he on about?
No, it wasn't. It was just more or less of, did he just say that? Really? Is that in my head? Please tell me it's in my head.
Well, just think about it. Every time we bring it up, it's always going to be negative because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Where's my kind of monster?
Where's what kind of fucking monster? No, I don't care about shit.
No, genuinely, it's got us scratching our head a lot of the time. Because we've got to discuss Raw and SmackDown.
Not at great length, might I add, because I don't want my head to explode. Because even though this is wrestling content, sometimes it can be overbearing.
I'm just going to put this down. Did we clean up your fucking act, get some new writers, And don't be offering any fucking pay increases to any of them at all.
Yes, and also, can we now hire He-Man instead of Skeletor?
Can we actually have someone be He-Man for fucking once?
Rather than have the villain that is Vince McMahon running this show.
You know what?
Show.
Screw it. If it comes down to it and it does continue, I may have to go find Dolph Lundgren just to ask him to reprise the role, just to fucking take down Skeletor.
Man, He-Man.
Just to get it out the bloody damn way, because I'm just getting... It's just frustrating because we are getting storylines that don't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
You can just imagine, right, Vince McMahon sitting in his office, picking up his phone to ring up Brock Lesnar and say, "Oh, we're having a very, very bad time. How could I possibly make it worse?" So Brock, how was your day? Can I offer you $1 million to come and wrestle for maybe 3 or 4 shows and become Universal title holder for about...
WWE?
For WWE, again, maybe for a year, 12 months. Meh.
You know it's bad content when me personally is actually thinking, are they actually doing this so badly to make us miss Brock?
Let's just put it this way. They're doing that badly that I would rather go back and watch Roman Reigns versus Brock for the 100th millionth time.
Even though I think right now with Roman's thingy might actually be an interesting point.
So, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's just get into it. The fact that I'm just going to marginalise this down. The whole fact that they've changed the entire commentary team. I'm all fine with fresh faces. No worries at all. Out of the 2 commentary teams that Raw and SmackDown have, and this is saying something because I am a big fan of Corey Graves, who's now been transferred from SmackDown to Raw. I still think SmackDown's got the better team.
No, I agree with that.
And that's got Michael Cole on it.
For Michael Cole, for all his faults, he did learn from the best.
That he has. But he's also now got a fresh face with him in the I believe the uncompromising and can be sometimes a form of twattish on NXT, Pat McAfee.
Oh, I fucking hate that twat. Pat Twatafee.
No. But I'll give him his due. He is entertaining as hell on the commentary, and he does a good job of putting people, of making them look good.
Oh, I'm not being funny like that, but we could all look good on Raw and SmackDown at the moment. Even a baby kitten dressed like Hornswoggle could do better at the moment.
No, but I just feel as though he's doing not too bad. At least he's got a bit of actual in-ring knowledge.
Yeah, unlike the new chap who has decided to take a step up to the new brand, which falls in with another topic that we have on WWE, because it really doesn't make sense, and he has no fucking clue what he's saying, what the moves are that he is trying to say, and he just talks a load of bollocks.
I believe his surname is Varick. I'm just trying to remember how to pronounce his first name.
Why don't you put it in Google Translate like you do with most things?
I think it's Ardan Varick. I think.
I don't know.
Now, all I'll say to you is, great that they're sprucing up the table. But what I don't get is that they had Tom Phillips, who has been the understudy of Michael Cole, who has been doing really, really well, knows how to, put across, certain quips that are entertaining as hell. And all I will say is, even moved to 205 Live.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
Why? Why?
And not only to mention that, but they have also released a certain individual that was doing commentary.
Yes,
Why?
but we'll get to that shortly when we get down the list.
I know that I usually say that Y is a crooked letter and Z is no better. Yep. But even this one's left me confused.
Pretty much, and a few others. But to sit there and have someone who's fresh-faced, okay, great. Breathe Live. It's a new voice. Great. But when you're hearing, instead of the word, a big boot, a super kick, it's just a kick to the face. Oh, what a kick.
It's not very fetching. It's not very, you sit there and you just think a super kick is a super kick. And you just think, oh, that's pretty cool, that is. It's a super kick because it's super. Even now that Roman Reigns has turned heel, the Superman punch has got a bit more appeal to it. Because it's super.
Yes.
It's not just oh, look, he's jumped and he's punched him in the face.
Oosh.
Oh, look, he's eating the canvas.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Why is Pee Wee Herman doing the commentary? No!
Why did that sound, from what I gathered from the Raw commentary team, sound better?
Probably because it's me and I'm more entertaining.
It's not that. It's bad, and this is my own personal preference. I'm happy that they are, but when the guy doesn't sound like he knows what he's doing, it made me consider muting the damn commentary.
Yeah, and just watching the wrestling. But then, because you can't hear the impact of the moves, it makes it even less appealing.
Which then goes to turning it off.
So then you're damned if you do, but you're damned if you don't.
And, well, let's get down to the wrestling topics. As in the actual wrestling that's being put in.
Oh, please just make it brief, because
it is going to be brief. The fact that we've got the the former Hurt Business being buried, great, nice to know you. We've now got the Viking Raiders back, great. Love to see you back, but probably going to get buried. Then we've got the former, what was it, that group? What was that group called?
Oh, you mean the particular group led by Mustafa Ali?
Former
Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
You mean Retribution?
That was it. That's how much I cared for them. I couldn't even
remember.
Yeah.
We can't even remember. We couldn't even remember that. It just took me all my brain power to remember that. And now it smells in my room because it smells like I've had a brain fart.
Yeah. Basically beating up Drew McIntyre, the guy who beat the former members of the Hurt Business, beat that group Retribution.
So, for those of you that don't know, they broke up the Hurt Business. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander are no more in the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
They are now independent.
Yep.
As a tag team.
Yep.
I'd imagine they'd probably end up going singles wrestling again at some point.
Oh, no. You know it's bad when they don't even have their own entrance music together anymore.
Oh, no.
On TV. No. They don't even have their own entrance music. They just got turned up in the ring like jobbers.
Wow.
Anyway, moving.
Probably just trying to figure out what to do with them. But yeah, so anyway, we've got the old members of Retribution Can you remember what their names were? Was it Slap Dick and Tom and Harry?
No.
I can't remember.
The two that we are referring to, that one that we called, were Teabag and Tabasco sauce, I think.
Tabasco sauce.
Or should we just say the actual names, which was T-Bar and Mace?
Mace. T-Bar and Mace, some of the most unoriginal names. And
which has got no base.
And generic names. Oh, they are so generic, them names are. It's like something that you get in the 80s. Ah, God damn it, here's T-Bar.
Yeah.
Why is he called T-Bar? Because he's got a T-shirt with a T on it and a bar
across his face. Yeah.
Exactly. Whatever. It fucking doesn't make sense.
Do it make it even worse? I feel sorry for the person who's now being known as T-Bar.
Go on.
Dominik Dijakovic.
I just feel sorry for anyone that had to be affiliated with Retribution, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Including Keith's fiance.
Who jumped ship rather quickly.
And I've also noticed that Slapjack is also not making any appearance at the moment. Even though I will just say this, WWE, good that you've dropped that work now, as in he's not on TV. Getting back on is himself, please. Shane Thorne, and allow him to be himself, not be known as Slapjack, which is
Slapnuts.
Well, that's what we call him, Slapnuts, which is less offensive than actual Slapjack because, yeah, look up the slang, WWE. What is it with you on certain words? Pornhub should be giving you bloody bouquet of flowers for how much you keep getting them profit.
Yeah. In fact, actually, we should be expecting a paycheck off them as well because we come up with more dirtier versions of their names.
Pretty much. But anyway, the point being is, what the hell?
It does, anyway, we've got them two. They are now members of the Hurt Business. And, yeah, they got their arses handed to them.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. No, they haven't had their arses handed to them now. We're trying to make it believe that T-Bar and Mace are able to dominate Drew McIntyre.
Even though Drew faced them in a handicap match and beat the living shit out of them.
Oh, no, beat Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, who have been capable of beating T-Bar and Mace easily every time they went up against them.
Oh, God. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. I just get that confused where the storylines are and who beat who and who faced who when. And, it's just ridiculous.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Who fucking cares? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Then we've also got Charlotte Flair back.
Who
is saying that everyone's whiny, crying, basically pointing probably even at herself, saying, boo-hoo-hoo. Well, better some man, I'm in my position, not because I'm a Flair, because I'm Charlotte. The heel turn, I'm all for. It's just, for God's sake, don't let her have another championship.
Charlotte Flair is the more successful Big Show. More heel turns and face turns than the Big Show, but she's just more successful.
Yeah. Pretty much. And I've got no issue with the heel Charlotte at all. It's just...
No.
It just comes across as... Really? We're doing this spiel again?
Oh, again? Yeah, but we're missing a point here. Where has she come back to?
Raw.
Who's just become the Raw Women's Champion?
Rhea Ripley.
And what happened last time Rhea Ripley had a championship and Charlotte Flair stepped back onto the scene?
She took the championship from her because supposedly in the Raja team, she earned it.
She earned a step towards NXT and
to bury their top talent.
To bury their top talent. Oh, yeah, I bet Triple H was having a fucking field day with that one.
And then the fact that she didn't even drop the title back to her and didn't even take the pin for the new champion to had their reign.
I just don't know whatever happened to putting over top talent.
No idea.
Seriously, why not just give back? Charlotte Flair knows the business inside out, not just because of her dad, but because she's been there, done that, and got the T-shirt. Pass it over now to somebody more worthy.
If you want to become more worthy, build somebody else up. Then when they get built up, you'll come back later on, improve yourself, and be even bigger when you beat them eventually. Don't just...
This is why I preferred NXT. This is why I preferred NXT, because they built the superstars up, and then Vince Skeletor comes along, meddles with it a little bit, and then we all sit there with an eyebrow raised, which is higher than The Rock's forehead.
Yeah, and to make matters even worse is the fact that if it wasn't going to be Rhea Ripley, it would have been Asuka. Oh, interesting fact, by the way. Has Asuka ever successfully defended a championship against Charlotte?
No.
Oops. Oh, no. Tag. Singles? Nope.
Nope. Not at all. Nil.
Charlotte is
nada.
Asuka's kryptonite.
And the fact that she dropped the streak to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania as well, if you remember rightly.
Yep. And the championship on a regular episode of SmackDown. Just to get her into the triple threat main event.
Yep.
It's a form of WrestleMania.
I think we're just going a bit too far back now. Let's just
anyway, moving on.
This one out.
Moving on, let's get over to SmackDown. Cesaro's being pushed to be up against Roman Reigns.
For those that don't know, Matt Burns did just say Cesaro, not Cesaro.
Yeah, Cesaro.
Because that's what it sounded like. It sounded like Cesaro.
Cesaro, the Swiss Superman.
He sounded like one of them really bad action men back in the day. The ones that had the voices. Oh, ho, ho.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's the Swiss Superman. All for it. Too soon. I feel as though Cesaro should be somebody who should be the one that should be have everyone think he can actually take the title off Roman.
Which, the way that they've used Cesaro over the past, 10 years that he's been there?
Yep.
The way that they've used him since he was there has just been shit. I've really enjoyed it when he's been Intercontinental Champion, US Champion, Tag Team Champions with Sheamus. I've really enjoyed it every single time he's had a title. I can't keep my eyes off him.
Yeah.
And he's just so entertaining. The Swiss Superman. He's just amazing. And he's a freakishly strong bloke.
And we are proud to say we are a member of the Cesaro Corner.
Yes, we are. Yes, hands down. Handcuff me to the corner. I will stay there.
And he has been absolutely amazing. And yet, you got King saying, I didn't know he had a Cesaro Corner. Really? Anyway, moving on. The issue I have, and this is not with Cesaro.
Hello? You did it again.
With Cesaro.
Thank you.
Is the fact that, fine, he is a legitimate competition. I just feel as though what happened to Edge and Daniel Bryan? Are they chopped liver?
No, I think there's a bigger picture here. What that is, I don't know. It could be going off the picture like a really crap Etch-a-Sketch. I don't know.
Right, because they were nowhere to be seen on SmackDown. And then we get, instead of Cesaro against Roman on SmackDown, we had him up against main event Jey Uso. Fine.
Which it is nice, though, to see Cesaro beat the living shit out of him, but yeah.
What I didn't like was the finish of the match.
Again.
Giant swing on main event Uso. And as he's doing it, for Seth Rollins jump in and attack.
Yeah, so have we got Seth Rollins back in the main event picture again? Which, to be fair, he is a bit like Charlotte Flair at the moment, where he just has to click his fingers and he's in the main title picture.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is, but basically...
But you don't know that, though, because it's like, it's like trying to draw the short straw out of a stack of straws. Just, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And what makes it even more hurtful is the fact that we've just had Cesaro build up his momentum, be on an all-time high from WrestleMania, to then have him be, we just got through the storyline already. Why?
Yeah, it should have. It should have been drawn out a little bit longer.
Instead, what we've got is Seth saying, "I'm not through. I'm not done until I said I'm done." Which could that potentially lead to Seth recognizing Roman as the head of the table and having him join as a lackey?
Maybe.
Right. Maybe. Is this to just stall Cesaro to allow Edge possibly come back onto the scene?
Yeah, but then we'll have like Cesaro and Edge tag teaming up, and we'll have a match. Oh, for fuck's sake! There's just that many possibilities, but you always know that the shittest possibility is the one that WWE takes.
In other words, Ted Long's coming back. Tag team player.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he'll probably slip up and say, "You're going to one-on-one with The Undertaker." Teddy, how many times do I have to tell you? He's retired.
It just doesn't make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense.
And it's not just that, though. Cesaro's on all-time high, like you say, from WrestleMania, and they're chucking him in the main event picture now for the Universal title.
Dipped his toe in.
He's going to be put in there, let's face it. We know it's coming, but we also know he's just going to get jobbed out to Roman Reigns.
Which he doesn't, because right now, Cesaro would be, and I'm pretty sure my colleague and co-host will back me up on this. Cesaro is a perfect person to take that championship off.
Yeah, exactly. He is.
Roman. And I know what you're thinking. Really? Why'd you say that? What analogies could you use? Roman Reigns using the Superman punch. Cesaro's known as the Swiss Superman.
It would make sense for Cesaro to take the title, but I wouldn't give it to him straight away. I would let him have a couple of matches with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Over a couple of main events, and let him win it at a big pay-per-view like SummerSlam or something like that.
And do you know what the scary thing about it is? I've seen these pair have matches against each other. They can go.
Well, yeah, they can go. I mean, you only got to look at the WrestleMania Triple Threat. It was a really good match. It's just that the ending was shit.
Yes.
We didn't like the ending. It was just shit. It just didn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
We're going to be saying that a lot through this episode.
I know. Anyway, that aside, that happened, and I'll just put a brief mention to the women's tag division.
Really? Why?
I'll just mention that. WWE didn't even realise it's not even an actual division, it's a joke of a division. Because on Raw we had the story of someone slipping up on the stage at WrestleMania, and on SmackDown we had Shayna Baszler losing in less than 5 minutes. Anyway, shall we move on?
Please do.
Moving on. And we've now got to get to the main part. This is the topic that we've been dreading talking about. The releases.
Yeah, now, if you haven't heard about the releases from WWE and AEW, then obviously you've been living under a rock.
Now, The AEW one,
Let's
can give
mention
you a
that one
miss on
first,
that.
briefly.
We can give you a miss on that, potentially, because it was done very. It was sort of done subtly. It wasn't brandished out on their website. It's not something that's been massively public knowledge. We've had to find this through other sources, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like burger sauce. Oh, sorry, you meant news outlets.
Yes. Be it either. I'm just trying. There's many different sources where you can get it from, but the point being is, AEW have released, I believe, their first wrestler.
I don't think it's the first wrestler that they've released.
Is it not?
No. Pineapple Pete, remember?
He was released.
Yeah. Remember when they were doing the Raw Underground?
Yeah.
He was on there.
He wasn't.
Not long after he was released. He was in the crowd.
Didn't know that.
Well, you should do, because it was you that told me.
It wasn't me who told you.
Yes, it fucking was.
I'm probably just having a senior moment. But anyway, in case anybody wants to know who we are referring to currently, we are on about Ivelisse.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She has been released from AEW. As for the whole topic of why, what happened, and everything, woo. We're going to take a step back.
If it is true, then wow. But we'll let all you guys listen in or read it to make, pass your own judgment, because it's not the first time.
Yeah.
So whether it's true or not is, proof needs to be in the pudding. But we'll see. We'll see what the outcome of it is.
Yeah. Basically, it involves quite a bit of a situation, back and forth, mudslinging, and a lot of drama. And the thing is, like we've always stated at the start of each and every single one of our episodes, if we are going to be mentioning these sort of topics, we don't want to be putting out,
we don't want to be put in the bracket of being libel or slanderous.
Or fake news. Pretty much. And we don't
going down problems.
Yeah, we don't be going down that route ever. And the scary thing about it is what it is. We're going to move on.
Yes. So back to the releases of WWE Superstars. 10 being on that list. I do believe that Matt Burns has that list in front of him, but I've already mentioned one of them. And he was part of the commentary team.
Yeah. And probably the one that is most known on the list. Potentially.
Yeah. Also, he is probably one of my most favourite wrestlers in the last 15 years.
Yeah. But bear this in mind, the person who used to work at WWE, formerly known, I'm just trying to remember. I'm just trying to remember, certain names off the top of my head. You know you've goofed up when you got a bunch of workers saying, why have you released this bit, why have you released him? And in case you want to know who we're referring to, we are, of course, referring to Samoa Joe.
With probably one of the best entrance music themes that I've heard in quite a while.
Yeah.
Proper goes with his gimmick, proper goes with his style of wrestling. Everything about it was just perfect. And now it's just, what? It was the biggest question mark over everyone's head why they released him.
Pretty much.
The biggest one, because I'm completely
Yeah.
It was the only one that shocked me.
Yeah.
The rest, not so much. But he was the only one that shocked me.
And do you know why it probably shocked you? Probably because you knew that he was aiming to get back into the squared circle, and yet, even though he's been aiming to do that, he's also been doing WWE a big, massive favour by being on the commentary team. You know, a role that he's been very, very well suited in.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he's been really good on the commentary team. I've always enjoyed listening to him when he's commenting on matches. Like, so I don't know what WWE are playing at with him. And plus, he's still got a lot of years left in front of him.
And on top of that, he just come off WrestleMania, which some of the workers who, I believe another one or two maybe, have also just come off at WrestleMania looking good as well, or not as much. But you've goofed up when, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a former WWE commentator, presenter, and interviewer, who was formerly known as Renee Young, is sitting there saying, "Seriously, you've released Samoa Joe? You had nothing for Samoa Joe. What in the actual fuck?" What a mistake.
It's more than a mistake, because now, not only, I'm going to assume this, I bet you all the superstars at WWE are more shocked than we are.
Yeah, most likely.
He's played a massive part since he's been there as well, so I don't understand why get rid of Samoa Joe. When I first found that he was on NXT after I come back to watch wrestling after so many years away from it, last time I saw Samoa Joe, he was at TNA.
Yeah, and he was also a former ROH guy as well. Would you like to know the actual quote of Renee, actually? Because before I was paraphrasing, actually. Was that the actual quote that was released on the 15th? How do you drop the ball on Samoa Joe? How? Injury aside, what a mistake.
It's more than a mistake. It's a monumental fuck-up.
Yeah.
Ever since I knew the day that he had to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, I knew, A, he wasn't going to win it. B, I knew he was going to get jobbed out.
Yep.
And C, I knew they were going to end up trying to make him look weak.
Yep. And they did all the above.
They did all the above, but I noticed that Samoa Joe, during the match, made it known that he wasn't happy during that match.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wouldn't be. If I'd got the amount of experience that Samoa Joe got in the ring, I would not be happy about being jobbed out to someone who's a part-time champion.
Yep.
That would really piss me off.
And then to be immediately fed to Roman Reigns after.
Yeah, exactly. Because they kept trying to push Roman Reigns as the next big thing when nobody would accept him because of Vince McMahon.
And he is such a good heel. Need any evidence? When he faces AJ Styles.
Oh, God, yeah. Them two have had so many good matches over the years.
And good feuds, be it either from Impact/TNA or on WWE. I thought when I saw it on WWE, it's like, oh, we've already seen this. But then when he introduced his AJ Styles family, and it was like, oh!
Yeah, exactly. That was a really good feud, and it actually carried some weight behind it as well.
And it wasn't just that. It's like when you hear Samoa Joe call out on the mic, Wendy! He sounded psychotic and completely out of his mind.
Exactly. But anyway, we've salivated over Samoa Joe enough.
Then we've got Billie Kay, one half of the Iconics. And you know why she was let go?
Because she's an annoying fuckwit.
Because nope, not because of that. Because Kevin Dunn didn't get her.
He didn't get her?
Yeah.
You're going to have to elaborate on that one.
No, that's literally all that's been given.
He didn't get her. Now, is that because her accent? Is that because...
probably, in his mind, it doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was not a very particularly big fan of the... I was not a big fan of the Iconics. I really hated them. And not in the sense that, oh, they're heel, you're supposed to hate them. No, It was in the sense that they stole a gimmick and they butchered it and they did it more annoyingly.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Which I'm fine with. But at least she was one half of an actual legitimate female tag team. Well, was.
Yeah, and we all know how that turned out. They got split up because they were annoying.
Just as it was getting good.
No, it was not getting good. I would rather have received a jumbo enema from a rusty pole.
That can be a
then actually. I don't get me wrong. One of these days, Mr. Burns, I'll let you in, but just not now.
Right, carry on. Anyway, the point being is, for me, it's like, at least with the icon. Well, before we even get down to it, Peyton Royce was also let go as well. Now, it doesn't make sense because, if I'm not mistaken, them pair got split up because Vince McMahon was big on Peyton Royce, thought she could be the next the next female megastar on the roster because she's got it. She is Fan Dabby Dozy. More like second Vince McMahon likes you. You got about 2 weeks or possibly even a month before you're getting dropped down the card and into obscurity.
Yeah.
Right? Instead, he split them up from being a tag team to then go to separate brands to then pair up with some other female wrestlers doing the almost...
Yeah, exactly. Doing exactly the same thing that they were doing beforehand.
But with gimmicks not in sync with each other. With other people. At least with the Iconics, they were in sync.
The only time that I actually sat up and watched, I think it was it Peyton Royce? Who was it who was at the Royal Rumble? Which one of them was it at the Royal Rumble that was trying to tag up during the Royal Rumble?
The one with the clipboard?
Yes.
Billy Kay.
Billy Kay, thank you very much.
That's the one that Kevin Dunn... That was the one that Kevin Dunn says she didn't make sense.
That's the only time that I actually looked at it and thought, you know what, actually, that's quite funny.
Yeah.
I actually got invested in that. It's the first time since they actually joined the WWE that I got invested in them.
But she'd been doing that after the Royal Rumble, trying to get somebody on the same page as her. But it just got worse and worse and worse, and then all of a sudden, one guy in the production truck, that don't make sense. Get her off TV.
Yeah, exactly. So the only thing that doesn't make sense there, really, is the WWE yet again.
Right, so, okay, they're gone. Let's jump on to the next person, Mickie James.
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't really shocked at that one because she's not really done much, but she's a veteran.
She's a good talent. She can put people over, can potentially make people look good. Asuka, anyone who's now just won some championship gold recently, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably probably give back to the community, give back to the wrestlers, and she's not above it.
We've had another message, and it says that going back to just AEW releases, Jimmy Havoc was released as well.
Yes. Yes, he was actually. I just realised he was released.
Yes. Thank you, Squirt. Yes, that is actually somebody's name, so no, I'm not being filthy.
He is not being filthy. Not at all.
Because I don't like that cunt.
Right. Anyway, we'll move. We'll continue on. We'll
We
continue on.
will move on.
The fact is, we know Mickie James would give back to wrestling because she's an absolutely amazing wrestler who knows that, she knows in her own mind that you've always got to have the next generation.
Yeah, exactly. So she was always willing to give back, and she's a good talent, and she, to be honest, she will blossom elsewhere. She really will. AEW,
Yes.
AEW, or Impact.
But she has been there. She could always go to NWA.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. Or New Japan.
Well, she could, but I'm pretty sure she'll probably more likely go to NWA. Personally.
That sounds like Never Walk Alone.
That just sounds wrong. And you know why I think she'll go more NWA? Her husband.
Yeah, no, that's right. Hats off to her though. Hopefully she manages to get find her feet again, because, like I say, it was always a pleasure watching her wrestle, because she actually knew what she was doing, and she could easily make you look good.
Yeah.
So anyway, next,
Chelsea Green.
Not surprised by this one. Not surprised at all.
This one I'm not surprised by, but at the same time, I also feel sorry for her.
Yeah, I feel sorry for her. I don't feel like she was really given a chance.
Do you know why I say I feel sorry for her? Because of the look.
Yeah.
She debuted. Yay! I broke my wrist.
Boo!
And she's off. She's injured.
I remember that happening. That was really bad, that was.
Right. Rebuild. Get back on NXT. Starts looking good. Yay! Getting moved to SmackDown. Yay! I'm going to debut. She debuts. And breaks the wrist again.
Yeah, exactly. I feel bad for it. Like I say, I don't think she was really given a chance.
No.
I don't. Once she'd recovered from her injuries, I just don't think she was given a fair chance.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I also think Peyton Royce will most likely go to AEW, potentially. We know why.
Yeah.
Former Mr. Perfect 10.
Yes.
Anyway, let's continue. I can see Chelsea Green probably going to AEW as well.
Yeah, I could as well. And to be honest, if she went to Impact or AEW, I think she could only add to AEW, because we all know that from watching her, she's really good. Yeah. She is really good. It's just unfortunate of the circumstances.
Yeah. And it is unfortunate.
Accidents happen. So it's just, like I say, I just don't think she was given a fair chance.
No.
But I think she'd flourish at Impact or AEW, because they'd look at it and go, look, we know you've got this injury. It might happen again. It might not. But we'll take a chance.
Yeah.
And I bet it'll pay off.
And bear in mind, she used to wrestle at Impact.
Well, there you go then. They know her inside out. No, actually, I better not say
that. No. Rephrase that.
I'd like to know her inside. No.
You don't get cut, do you?
No.
Anyway, point being is she's a great talent. She knows what she's doing. Let's move on, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know that you're going to rant at. Tucker. Formerly known as Tucker Knight.
Although I'm not surprised by his release, it kind of has pissed me off.
How they got there.
How they got to this decision. Basically, they decided to split up a very, very, very good tag team.
Yep. Heavy machinery.
To only have his tag team partner win the Money in the Bank.
Well, they didn't split him up then. He won it then while they were a team.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So he wins the Money in the Bank. They split him up with his tag team partner, Otis.
Yep.
And then they gave him promos which didn't make sense.
And were also in his hand right when he was doing it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, also ones that we could practically read before he was saying it.
Oops.
Oh dear, what a doozy. But it still doesn't stop him from being a good wrestler. And, not only now have they gone the long way around of shitting all over him, but they've also shit on Otis as well.
And they're now having to rebuild him back up.
Exactly.
In a tag team.
Exactly.
As a heel.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. What hurts me with this one is the fact that with Tucker, is that when they split up the tag team, they normally have the big blowout situation. Because he cost Otis the Money in the Bank. Did he have that? Did they finish that feud? No.
No, it didn't last fucking 5 seconds. Because what happened? Did the draft happen?
The draft happened. One got moved to Raw and one got moved to SmackDown. And then immediately straight after, Tucker was then pretty much dropped down the card and was jobbing out to, I believe, Ricochet.
Yep. And also, another thing on the list there is the whole situation with Otis, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
And Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
Has everyone all of a sudden just forgotten? See, WWE have got a very good way of doing things because they make people not give a shit that much that they actually forget that the whole storyline with Heavy Machinery was the whole Mandy Rose and Otis love affair situation.
Yep.
Where Tucker was all in support, but as soon as he wins the Money in the Bank, oh, I'm a jealous person. Wow. Lazy writing.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's bad when he becomes a notch on the 24/7 championship.
Yep.
And immediately, he went from there to absolute obscurity and off television. Great.
I wonder who else has been off television for a while.
Well, most of these next few people that we're going to mention have been off TV for a while.
Well, come on then. Let's move on.
Kalisto.
Not surprised, really. He hadn't really signed a contract.
And he hasn't been on for a while.
Yep.
And even though I believe the Lucha Dragons, he was originally a member of Lucha Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Not Lucha Dragons. Lucha House Party.
Yeah. Lucha House Party. I knew where you were going. I knew what you were trying to say.
The point being is Lucha House Party now are their own tag team. Fair enough. But I'm wondering how long it's going to be before they're on the chopping block. Maybe soon. To go from there to then jumping over to Mojo Rawley, who,
yep,
if I'm not mistaken, was get hype, then turn heel with a weird gimmick, and when that wasn't panning out, let's just drop him off TV for a bit, have Rob Gronkowski come on, the Gronk, come on and give Mojo Rawley his old get hype gimmick, which doesn't work anymore.
Next.
Wesley Blake.
Yeah, you just know by my silence that...
if I'm not mistaken, he was someone who was meant to be a lackey for Baron Corbin and a former tag team partner of Murphy.
So, another one bites the dust.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'll get a little bit more on the Tucker situation in a minute, because I've got more to talk about that. But Wesley's now gone, and last one on the list, Bo Dallas.
I feel sorry for Bo Dallas.
Who hasn't wrestled since 2018, I think.
hasn't wrestled since 2018. Has he
Hasn't
been
on
injured?
TV. Nope. Not injured.
Has he had to, what do they call it, sabbatical?
Nope.
Has he been cryogenically frozen?
Nope.
Has he been involved in any accidents?
Nope.
So where the fuck has he been?
Writers had nothing for him.
Oh, a bit like a certain individual that is probably one of the top talents that is sitting on the sidelines at the moment.
Yeah.
Calling Mr. Alistair Black.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I'm surprised Alistair Black has not been on the list yet. But probably isn't because of the whole situation that happened.
No, they just want him to sit on the sidelines and rot because he's not happy.
Pretty much. So they did that to Bo Dallas. And what makes it even worse, and do you know what brought the attention to Bo Dallas? The so-called rumour of Bo Dallas being under the Fiend mask.
Yeah. I wonder if that was his last hoorah.
Basically a rumour.
But then again,
Ouch.
I already told you it was Bray Wyatt.
We
It
know
was Bray Wyatt.
Wyatt. We know it was Bray Wyatt.
It was Bray Wyatt. So it wasn't. So anybody with a conspiracy that it was Bo Dallas, shut up. No, it wasn't. It was Bray Wyatt.
It was Bray Wyatt. And what makes it even more hurtful is the fact that his last saving moment in wrestling is a rumour.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not fair. He deserves way, way better. I mean, come on. Do you remember the B team?
Yep. Social Outcasts.
Exactly. Really enjoyed it. It was actually quite funny.
Do you remember his old gimmick of Bo leaving?
Yep.
Instead, he's now had to Bo leave.
Yep, but... Wow.
Sorry, I had to.
Wow.
I'll see myself out.
You said to me not long ago that I had dad jokes. Well, yes, because I am a dad. I am a father. But what are you? The last thing you gave birth to was a £10 turd. That does not make you a father. Now stop it. Stop with the dad jokes. Get your coat. Fuck off.
I'll get my coat.
Thank you. Take your fucking white socks and sandals with you as well, you holiday wanker.
I don't have white socks. No.
I don't believe you.
I see what you did there. That's bad.
No, I got dad jokes. Fuck you.
Right, anyway. Back onto one of the people on that list. Tucker. I'm going to have to put this out. He is very bitter, very angry, and all of them cannot compete or even slander or even talk badly about WWE for 90 days.
For 90 days. And they can't wrestle for 90 days.
From the 15th.
They can't wrestle for 90 days.
Yeah.
From the release date.
Yes. The 15th.
I'm sorry, could you say that again? What day?
The 15th.
What day was that?
I believe it was a Wednesday.
Why on a Wednesday, WWE? Why?
And don't you, Nick? Oh, no. It wasn't Wednesday, Thursday. Apologies. It was Thursday.
God for that. I was actually asking you. I didn't know. I was just asking you.
No, I had to pause myself because I was just about to say, if you're about to nick our line, all copyrights to us.
Yeah, copyrights to us. Go fuck yourself. No.
No, it's not. But anyway, the point being is, Tucker is putting out his dismay. Putting out tweets saying, can't wait to talk about this, with an image of him and Otis when they debuted and everything. In wrestling, and telling a story, being very bitter. A fan messaging, "What the actual fuck? I can't believe it." And he's putting out, "Yeah, I know." Someone just goes, "Why is that when they're getting something good, some good shit going on, they suddenly think, oh, great tag team there. The fans are behind them. Let's split them up." And I believe Tucker pretty much went out on his way and said, It's probably that way because of an old man.
Oh,
Of a certain old man.
theory. I have a theory.
Go on.
When Otis Tucker, as in Heavy Machinery, were doing the whole Otis Mandy Rose storyline, who was it that interfered and started mocking and taking the piss out of Otis?
The Miz.
How many times has the Miz faced somebody and then their career has turned to shit?
Oh dear.
Interesting theory there for you.
It is a good theory.
It is, isn't it? Because every single time the Miz faces somebody that's up and coming, their careers has practically taken a nosedive.
Unless your name is Daniel Bryan.
And John Cena.
Yeah.
But then again, John Cena
is Cena.
It's just Fruity Pebbles. But yeah, okay.
And got the golden shovel. I mean...
yeah, like sticking himself a hole.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on. The point being is, he can't put anything else. Some people are in support of Tucker. However, there's been a few colleagues of his turn around sending out messages on their "What's your issue? You're being nothing but fucking ungrateful and being fucking bitter. You arsehole. You should be grateful you even had a job."
Yeah, but this is the misconception with having a job and being felt wanted at your job.
Yeah. And being hard done by, even though technically are they actually classified as employees of WWE, even though they're independent contractors?
Well, yeah, so here's an interesting fact for you. If they're independent contractors, why is it that they're not allowed to talk about it? So if you're an independent contractor...
Yeah.
Do you sign a contract with that firm?
You could potentially, but technically you would be technically employed by them.
Exactly. So you are employed by the...
Yes.
Can you see where I'm going with this?
I can see where you're going with this, and it's something that we've mentioned numerous times.
90 days that they're not allowed to talk about WWE. They're not allowed...
They're allowed to talk about it, only in positive light.
Yeah, exactly, which is wrong.
Yeah. And, that's not the only thing that someone's turned around and said to him about him being bitter. One person pretty much pointed out and says, "Ooh, someone's a bit salty for being the Marty Jannetty of the group of Heavy Machinery."
I'm not being funny, but Marty Jannetty in his own right is a legend, so fuck you.
Okay, he's fallen from grace with the whole situation that he's had, and he's had a lot of situations, Marty Jannetty, but I'm not being funny. I don't like that analogy.
No, I don't either. Because he's nowhere near that fucking margin.
I feel, no, I don't like that analogy, because when people sit there and say, when you have a tag team and one person outshines the other, "Oh, he's the Marty Jannetty of the group." I'm sorry. No, don't do that. That is disrespectful to Marty Jannetty, who was a phenomenal wrestler, great talent and great hand on wrestling shows when he was on. Yes, he's had some bad luck and some unfortunate situations develop and everything, and certain situations haven't gone his way. But some of them decisions haven't been exactly his fault. So in actual fact, cut him some slack.
Cut him some slack.
You know, that's almost like on everyone's hatred of Nickelback. What? What? Need I say more?
Oh my God.
Has my point been made?
It has been made, because the simple fact is that the haters of Nickelback, you only hate them because you wish you were them.
Yeah, pretty much.
You wish you were in their position to be able to make music, like, in Tucker's sense, to be a wrestler, so you're just an armchair fan. So shut
Pretty
up.
much.
Shut up, sit down, and smell what your nan's cooking
Pretty much. Get over it.
from your mum's basement.
Translation, get over it.
Get a grip, get a life.
Pretty much. Stop being a bag of dicks.
Stop being a bag of dicks, you kind of Caraboa shit.
Yeah, and the stupid thing about it is, it's, they can sit there and say he's bitter. Of course he's going to be bitter.
Anybody would be bitter. If it's like a breakup, you put a lot of effort in. It's like a relationship. You put a lot of effort into it, and eventually, when you get shit on, you're going to be pissed off. But the only difference is there's not a 90-day fucking clause saying that you can't talk about it in a negative light. Fuck off! You know what I mean? You know what I saying?
Yeah. And it's not one of them where you can turn around and go, it's quite nice, actually.
Dave? Quite nice, actually.
But the point being is, it's just, what the actual loving fuck?
It just... you can't talk about it for 90 days. Why 90 days? Why 90 days? Is that so you can figure out a way to cover your own backs?
It's basically so they can act. Do you know why it is? It's so they can actually sell off any current merchandise that they've got of them, get it off the shelves, and actually maximise their own fucking profits.
Exactly. But because it is actually, they would have to give certain proceeds to Tucker, surely.
Yeah. But are you ready for the biggest kicker of the entire situation of what we've been discussing so far?
Yeah.
The actual reason why they've been let go.
Yeah, because of something that you've just mentioned.
Yeah, would you kindly?
Yeah, we're talking about funds and lack of them, apparently. Even though
Supposedly.
Skeletor is a multi-millionaire.
Billionaire.
Oh, I do apologise, billionaire, because that makes everything a lot worse for WWE, doesn't it?
Yeah. It means he has more money.
Oh, I sounded so catty when I said that then. Me? Ha ha. What the fuck was that? That sounded like the Ghostbusters siren. No. That's not what it sounded like. Just wait until you listen back to this.
I know. Anyway, at least it's not a certain motorbike going past.
You mean your arse?
Really? Anyway, let's continue. The point being is, the reason why they've released them, and what makes it even worse is, who released them? John. They all had a phone call off John Laurinaitis to say, "Well, you're being let go. People power."
In the words of Riddle, bro, what the hell, dude?
Bro, what the fuck?
Bro, what the fuck, man? Bro, you've been smoking some of that wacky backy shit, bro.
Or he's been getting some papers off RBD.
Well, so long as Tucker hasn't written on them, it's all right. I'm sorry. I just had to, because I thought it sounded funnier. I thought it sounded less funnier in my head. But actually, now I've said it, it's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
That was funny. But anyway, the point being is, John Laurinaitis was going around to each of them to say, "Oh, we're letting you go because of cutbacks." Cutbacks.
Cutbacks on what? The multi-billionaires? What the fuck?
Pretty much. Bear this in mind, right? All I'm just going to say is, didn't they actually go through a certain, financial meeting and have their most profitable year last year during a fucking pandemic?
Yep. And why is that? Because people wanted merch.
No, it wasn't. It's because they actually had what they had, which was, I believe, what they considered Black Wednesday, Black Thursday, where they released a big chunk of roster members last year.
Yeah, they also had that, but they also had a massive influx
Of merchandise.
Yeah,
But bear this in
old and
mind.
new.
Yeah, bear this in mind. Additionally, that this whole cut, these cuts, these so-called cutbacks, have happened near enough 1 year later. Which is the insulting thing. Which means, what's round the corner? Oh, a financial meeting for the quarterly meeting. They've done it to make themselves look like they're making profit. More profit than what... You can have a bad year, WWE, because we've been in a pandemic. That's all I'm going to say in regards to it. Of the situation. I think we just need to put a stamp on it right now.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release my nutsack and teabag this situation because it is a load of bollocks.
Pretty much. Couldn't agree more with you. It's just a whole bunch of bollocks that...
All I'm going to say is every single time my nutsack touches the forehead of WWE, I'm going to go giggity, 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 giggity.
But then again, they'd probably steal that as someone's gimmick.
Yeah, they would. You know what they call them?
What?
The bullshitter. Not the bullshitter, the ball shitter.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, terrible names from the 80s.
I know. But bear this in mind, they probably even add this line, dropping the ball.
Exactly. Ugh.
I know.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make
sense. Where's my kind of monster?
It's in a fucking shop.
Fuck. Anyway, we need to move on because I'll be honest with you. I would have known my colleagues already had enough of talking about WWE right now. I've had enough of it.
Yeah.
This week.
I do genuinely believe that I am going to start watching less and less of it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because it just seems to be, like, again, going back to comparing it to a relationship, you put a lot of time and effort into it just to turn out that it's not really what you want to be watching, or it's just not what you thought it was.
And
After
originally,
so much investment, it's just fucking ridiculous.
Originally, we normally come up with certain topics, wouldn't we, for the Burning Truth? But we've had to cover this because it is something that has drastically happened.
Yeah, exactly. And all I will say from now on is that the TBT Awards is going to be
heavily changed.
Probably heavily changed and very AEW orientated. But there's plenty of time until that.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Because that shit might involve sparklers. Anyway, so shall we move on?
Let's move on. And let's jump on to... Because we need a bit of a pick-me-up. Let's get on to Epic Wrestling Moment, shall we?
Yeah, we do need a bit of an Epic Wrestling Moment. And it's actually my favourite Epic Wrestling Moment for this week.
Moment? It's going to be
we've got one each, really, haven't we?
Yeah, well, we could actually have a few.
We could actually have a few, yeah. One of them, actually, is quite recently.
Would you care to mention it?
Well, I'll mention that one after that. So, my first pick, my main pick, is Jeff Hardy, Swanton Bomb, onto Randy Orton from off the top of the Titantron. You are talking about 20 foot in the air.
Yep.
15, no, taller than that, wasn't it? It's about 20, 25 foot.
It's still got some height to it.
It got a lot of height, and the promo that followed it was great.
Oh, brilliant.
Jeff Hardy just said, I just wanted to hurt him.
Yeah. I wasn't doing it to make it cool. I wanted to hurt him.
Yeah, exactly. And that says to me, that's really when I knew Jeff Hardy was like one of my main wrestlers, because you don't expect it from him very often, because because he comes across as
laid back.
A really laid back face who everybody loves, but you don't expect it from him all the time. So when he does do it, it's fucking brilliant.
It's pretty much, oh shit.
And plus, it's one of my favourite finishing moves, the Swanton Bomb. And it finished them both.
Pretty much,
Quite literally.
Pretty much. And the scary thing about it is, if we're going to mention, and I'm going to say the epic wrestling moments are going to be technically jumping off or falling off, very, very high places or shit.
Yeah, falling off or jumping off, high shit.
Very high shit. There's one name I'm going to have to mention right now. One name for doing it for multiple times, and I will just say this: how has he not been broken?
I do often wonder this myself, actually. I wonder how he is still walking around, because we've seen some of the bumps he's taken over the years, and you're just like, wow, how are you still alive?
There is that, but there's also the fact of one of the most infamous being thrown off shit, which would be King of the Ring, which we've already covered.
Yep, we did.
Mick Foley.
Yep.
Right? But bear this in mind, that Mick Foley was the first one to be thrown off the cage. Off the Hell in a Cell. This person was fucking willing to just jump off the fucking thing.
Yeah, now there's one thing being thrown off, which obviously takes a lot of guts, because it's the first time it's ever been done.
Yeah.
So obviously now there's a lot of checks in order for this certain individual. Have you even mentioned his name yet?
Nope.
So, do you want to name the man?
Yeah, that would be, Mr. Here Comes the Money, Shane McMahon.
Shane O'Mac.
Yeah. I know what you're thinking. He hasn't fallen off much yet. We know, probably the young generation probably only known for being thrown off the cage from Braun Strowman recently, which was a painful bump to look at.
Oh God, yeah, that was so. I don't know how he really thought that was a great idea.
I have no idea.
It looked fantastic, and it actually took me back a few years of when it was actually good at the WWE. So, it was a shock. I was like, no, he's never going to. Oh, shit, it's Shane McMahon. Yes, it is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And what made it worse is, how is it that when he's up there, I'm just there thinking to myself, he's going to get a chokeslam, which is going to hurt like hell. Are they considering it a power slam? Really? Nope, it's just a simple throw. And yet the simple throw looked far more dangerous than either two of the other ideas.
Yeah, it's because how he landed. He landed like, what? Just upper back.
Upper back,
into
straight down, straight onto his back, flat back. And
yeah, taking a bump normally, just flat back, it can be painful enough depending on the ring, but doing it from that height is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And very, very scary. And you know something? That man has got some fucking serious stones.
He's got to have some serious grapefruits.
Fucking hell, he's got bigger grapefruits than his dad. Let's put it that
damn
way.
Right. Because I know you're thinking, if this is the young generation, they're probably thinking, really? Is that all he got thrown off? Really? Do I need to continue?
Yeah.
Bear this in mind, the man got pretty much knocked off the bloody, I believe, the entrance, the massive entrance stage to SummerSlam from being hit by a kendo stick, courtesy of Steve Blackman.
Yep. I was actually thinking Ken Shamrock for some stupid reason, but it was Steve Blackman.
Yeah. Then you got him against Test in a last man standing. Oh no, not Test. The Big Show. You know where we had the infamous "Which way did he go? Which way did he go?" storyline. And then you got. I know. Maybe even accidentally made myself recall that one, where he decided to just go, "Oh, screw it." The exact same height to where I fell off from the previous time with Steve Blackman. I'm gonna jump off that fucking thing and hit Big Show without killing him.
So basically doing a Jeff Hardy.
Oh, flying elbow, but a lot
Exactly.
higher.
Exactly. But anyway, it just Shane McMahon is a
And
thingy.
that's not even the most scariest one. The scariest one had to be against The Undertaker. WrestleMania, Hell in a Cell, or even Kevin Owens, if I want to be exact.
I don't think there's a wrestler that he hasn't had a feud with, is there?
Right, bear this in mind. Right, when Mick Foley got thrown off the Hell in a Cell, it was tall. Right? Does anybody know how tall the actual Hell in a Cell is now? Would you say it's gotten bigger?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't go along with a measuring tape, do I?
All I'll say to you is, the actual height of the actual Hell in a Cell has gotten bigger compared to the Mick Foley days. So it's higher.
Yeah,
And
but also, don't you forget that announcement tables were Spanish and harder back then.
Yeah. All I'm saying to you is, when you see him get up on top of it, he's like, hey, he's like, he ain't gonna jump off that. Oh shit, it's Shane. Oh fuck. You know he's jumping off that. And immediately, he jumps off it, and he goes crashing through the commentary table. And I think the first one against Taker was the Spanish one. I think, I don't know, or if it would have been taken out. But I remember the one he had against Kevin Owens, which was I think for Hell in a Cell, and I believe Sami Zayn pulled Kevin Owens out the way with perfect precision. I just remember the landing Shane McMahon took, and it was pretty much, yeah, he's done. Get him in. Just finish the damn match. He's a broken man. Because bear in mind, it's a lot higher than what it normally is. Than what it has been. And Shane is literally looking down, praying, and I will give the man his due. He's got ultimate precision with his landing for it. But you know how it says when you are 1 milli-inch away. If you move 1 milli-inch jumping off, you could be going into the crowd. You could be hitting the floor. Need to say more?
It's Shane McMahon. No need to say any more.
Enough said. Enough said. Shall we get on to our next... shall we move on?
Yeah, go on, because we're dragging on a little bit here.
Yeah, we are. And let's get on to our non-wrestling topic. We'll get it quick. Pretty much done. Non-wrestling topic. Do you want to get yours out of the way or mine?
I can't remember what I said. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I'll let you go first, because I know you want to...
I think yours could actually lead on better from the Shane McMahon situation.
Oh, yeah, actually. Yeah, it can. So, that being said, with the epic wrestling moments...
Yeah?
Is that I want to talk about stupid shit I have done as a child or a teenager.
Well, we've all done stupid shit.
Bear in mind that when I was young, I was watching Jackass. Jackass was a huge deal. A huge deal when I first get... And obviously now they're doing the Jackass 4. But,
Of course.
I can't really say anything. But it was massive. And it was hilarious just watching these guys doing stupid shit, hurting themselves, to the extent where you just think, oh, God. And they always say, never never ever attempt to recreate any of the stunts shown in this video. Yeah, well, straight away, just like wrestling, you hear that warning and you still go and do it anyway. Why? Because we are idiotic teenagers.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I want to talk about the stupid shit I have done with a couple of my friends, by myself. And I know a certain individual is listening right now, and she's probably actually going to laugh at some of these because she gave birth to me. The first one is obviously one that she knows about. I had a BMX. It was red with a yellow plastic seat. I decided to ride down a V-shaped valley, jump over a ramp at the bottom of the dirt bank, and land in a tree. Not only did I land in a tree, but I stalled mid-air in the tree like a cartoon, like Wile E. Coyote.
Oh. I think
Looked at my friend.
Yeah.
As I dropped to the floor on two wheels. But what happened was, because it was an old 80s BMX, the seat collapsed and squashed my nutsack. It pinched my nutsack to the stage that I was squealing, "Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia.
Oh.
Mamma mia, let me go, let my testicles go."
He's just a poor boy, please. Somebody help him.
I'm just a poor boy, please, somebody help me.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh, dear. And I had to walk home with a bicycle in between my legs. She knows about that one, but she doesn't know about this one.
Okay.
I decided...
Do I need to leave the room?
Only if she was here, because you wouldn't want to see the ass beating.
That's what I'm thinking.
So, yeah, anyway, I decided it would be a very, very clever idea, because I was a wrestling fan, and a big wrestling fan. I liked Shawn Michaels at the time, and one of Shawn Michaels' favourite moves is a flying elbow. I decided it was an amazing idea to jump, again, off a tree. I don't know what it is about me and trees, but I jumped off the top of a tree, which was probably about, I don't know, 15 foot tall.
Yep.
Onto a mattress, which was also on someone's garage roof. Now, obviously, from the top of the tree to the top of the garage roof, it wasn't that far down. Mm-hmm. It's what happened after. Let's just say I ended up taking a nap on the mattress because I decided to do a flying elbow onto the mattress, through the roof. And yeah, it was not a good idea.
So basically, you sort of became the UK version of Mick Foley.
For that moment, you know, all I could think of was, now I look back at it, all I can think now is, when I just, it's like watching a video, but inside my mind, of the actual event taking place. It kind of pauses just before I hit the mattress. And all I can hear is Morgan Freeman saying, "It was at this moment that James knew he'd fucked up."
Yeah, that'll do it.
And yeah, let's just put it this way. I'm so glad there wasn't a car in there, because obviously I would have felt terrible, even though I felt terrible anyway. Yeah. But, you know, certain shelves went down and I got covered in paint and took all my clothes off and hid them from my mum in the bin. And when she asked me where specific clothes were, I just said, "I don't know, I haven't seen them."
And now she knows. Well, she knows now.
Oh, yeah, she knows now, but she just knows that, you know.
Why did I just suddenly hear the noise of her pulling out a slipper? Shing.
Do you mean a flip-flop?
Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to count to 3 this time.
I don't even think you can even get that. It's just
also, as well, another time, I'll make this one quick. This has got nothing to do with anyone's personal property. All I will say, it was a shopping trolley. I won't say from where, because obviously,
yeah,
you know, I'd be in a bit of trouble. We managed to.
Go on.
We managed to borrow a shopping trolley from a certain place. And me and my friends decided it was a great idea when I was at college. Because Jackass was a huge thing back then, we decided it was a great idea to do what they did on the TV, and that would be the trolley push into the curb.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. 2 of us in the trolley, let's just say, hit the curb, and we went a bit further than the Jackass lads did because we decided it would be a great idea to brace ourselves and use our legs like a frog. So we kind of jumped about, I swear to God, it was like 1,000,000 miles and landed in a bush.
And probably the rest.
Well, I nearly got a twig up the bum.
Branching out, were you?
Oh,
sorry,
here we go again. Oh.
Let's continue. Shall we continue?
Yes, so there you go. It's branching off from the stupid shit. I've done a lot more stupid shit than that.
I will say, I have actually got a story involving a shopping trolley at a wrestling show.
By any chance?
It wasn't me.
Were you buying matches so you could feel the burn?
No. I'll just cover the story quickly. I remember asking someone to fetch, because we were at a show, and we were next to a massive, I believe it was Asda. And the venue's right next, they share the same car park. And I just remember asking someone to fetch me as much water as possible for the backstage locker room as possible. And I kid you not, they got me a shopping cart full, brought the shopping cart through, and accidentally set the fire alarm off. At a show!
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you just heard that, but I do believe that Matt Burns has just taken a swig of the drink and decided to burp like a frog.
No.
Yes, you did.
I actually didn't take a drink.
You just burped like a frog, and I swear that you took a drink.
I actually didn't. I didn't even burp.
It sounded like a frog. All I heard is...
I think I didn't even... Well,
oh, my God.
Well, if I did, apologise.
I know you liked it both ways, but come on.
No, anyway, all I'll say to you is, when it happened, I just remember being we're letting cut. We've got fans coming in, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just as we're considering, we'll once everyone's in, we'll start moving, things on, get things underway. Woo, woo, woo!
I'm going to assume that would have been the fire alarm.
I'm just there thinking to myself, what the hell's going on?
I know what's going on. You employed a very, very naughty person.
No, because originally the fire alarm wasn't exactly on. It was just because the doors were already open so we can get the equipment in. It's just when they went out, someone accidentally... the alarm got put back on, and they thought they could get in. And immediately, somehow, someone opened the door for them, set the alarm off. We're panicking. Everyone says, they're thinking to themselves, "Oh, we're going to have to follow standard procedure. We've got to do the exit plan." All of a sudden, luckily enough, the people at the venue went, "Nope, false alarm. Everything's okay. We apologise. Stay where you are. There's no fire."
They apologised for one of your people, your workers.
Well, they didn't apologise.
Through the fire.
They didn't apologise.
I'm joking. I'm just.
They didn't apologise. It was we had the ring announcer put out the apology straight away. Stuart Summers, and I genuinely could not believe it had happened. And it's like, "Got your water now, mate?" Right. And I'm like, right, okay. We've got a shopping cart trolley in the backstage locker room, which is taking up space. Right. We're going to have to get that back. We've got a problem. What? The fire alarm door's been shut. Oh, boy. I'd somehow, during the show, had to sneak it to the venue without the crowd knowing.
By any chance, did you cover it with a sheet and put ET in the front of it?
It was about as notable as Mr. Blobby walking through town.
Well, this day and age, you know, I won't say it actually because I'll probably have some angry replies going, "You can't say that about people. You can't say that."
It was very noticeable. And I just thought, forget it. At one point, I was trying to be sneaky, and all of a sudden, by the time I knew it wasn't going to work, I just went, "It's impossible. No point in hiding it. Just walk it straight through."
Jesus Christ Almighty.
Right. And the other, anyway, that aside, ended up getting it to where it needed to be, and then having to run back to the show before it even started.
You have a thing about these being late situations, don't you, at venues?
We weren't being late. I think that
rushing around before you're late, before it started. Oh God! For God's sake!
Anyway, on that one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we managed to get things pretty much on time on that show. I think. But
okay, frog burp.
It was just absolutely hilarious when it happened. Anyway, moving on to a bit of a quick non-wrestling topic. Gaming. Shall we?
I'm waiting for you.
A quick story. I was doing some online gaming recently, and yes, we've been on about it for many, 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 many times. TBT Gaming. We are hoping to bring it back very, very soon. We've almost got the everything underway. The graphics all being prepared, and we'll hopefully have a date of when we're starting that soon. The only problem is, I came across a little situation recently that would have affected me dramatically on any of the gaming that I would have been doing. My gamepad broke.
Why?
It wasn't me who broke it.
And
I'm not blaming the other person either. I just put it down to wear and tear.
You raged, didn't you?
I raged at the pad.
You raged at the pad, and you decided to nut it with your forehead several million times until it smashed into a billion pieces.
Not yet.
Then how do you explain the lumps on your forehead?
I've just got a big head. And that's what she said.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I expect it from me because I'm just wrong. But you? Really? Seriously?
I've got my coat.
Please do. In fact, go and grab your rain mac as well.
Anyway.
You dirty little doggy.
Anyway. To put it down, to make the situation worse, the pad had actually snapped on the inside to the point where if I was trying to play a first-person shooter, my character would have been just spinning round.
Right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round.
I knew you've been wanting to get that out of your system.
Oh, I feel relieved.
That's good. But genuinely ended up having to go out, and bear this in mind that when it happened, it was later at night, so there was no actual proper stores open. The only one that was available was Tesco.
Oh dear, did you get the Tesco special?
No, I ended up getting an official Xbox One that was there. Oh, not an Xbox One pad, an Xbox Series X gamepad, which luckily enough does actually work on an Xbox One for £55.
£55?
Yep.
£55?
Yep.
£55 of your hard-earned cash.
Yep.
Because you decided it'd be a great idea to slap nuts on your controller.
No, I didn't slap nut it.
Well, all I will say is that we've all had that gaming rage, including myself, when I've decided that it was a great idea to just go, fuck this game! Damn! Smash! I broke it!
Anyway, to make it even worse, I thought, I'll grab a cabled one.
Oh, God.
That's not an official Xbox One.
Have you ever found that cabled gaming pads are pretty much like being a baby all over again because you've got the umbilical cord stuck there and you just don't want it there anymore?
Yep, I know you're laughing. I just thought to myself, just do it just in case if it doesn't work, because it said it's only Series X, Xbox One. Didn't know if it's going to be the £55 was going to work, so I thought I'd just grab one of the supplements ones for £30. So in all, it cost me £85 for 2 game pads.
88? How much?
85 quid. And yet,
again,
why do I feel like...
Before you carry on, again, how much?
£85.
Did you know that for people that live in America, etc., etc., you probably, for 85 quid, you're probably looking at about $110, $120. That's the kind of money that we're talking. That's converted. I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's over. I'm 100% certain it's over $100.
It is. It's $117.58.
Damn. I mean, seriously, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus.
Pretty much.
Wow.
And yet, I'm still cursing that I can't actually get me Xbox Series X console yet.
Well, from what I have heard about you, Mr. Burns, is that you are a bit premature with certain things.
Don't get me started on that one. Do not. All I'm just going to say is I'm now waiting until May, and I hope I'm able to get the console.
May?
Is
that a lot? Is they still waiting to get them on the shelf?
They had them on the shelves for about a day and then sold out.
For God's sake. Seriously, you've got a PS4 or you've got an Xbox One.
Yep.
You do not need to upgrade. Not yet. Not for at least 12 months.
I've had my Xbox One for over 12 months.
When did it come out? You can't tell me seriously that the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X has been out for 12 months already.
No, it hasn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Wait until it's been out for 12 months, then go and buy one. Let them figure out all the kinks. Let them fix all the problems.
They have figured out the kinks.
No, they haven't. I can guarantee you that something else will pop up within that 12-month period. So save yourself some stress, save yourself some time, stick with what you got, and you'll be happy when you get a new one.
Fair enough. And yet, what keeps making me laugh is someone turns around and says to me, why don't you get the Xbox Series S?
The difference is what?
One, you can actually own the actual games and then actually have a hard copy of the game and use discs, where the other one is download only.
So it's just exactly the same as the PS5 then?
Yeah. And £200 price difference.
Wow. £200 just so you can have a CD drive. Let that sink in, people. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
If you didn't think they were mugging us off before, they certainly are now.
But then again, do you know what's making me laugh even more? I could actually get an Xbox Series X if I wanted to.
Well, I was just about to say that the only thing I would find funnier than that is if 2K20 was actually a playable, decent game. But it's not.
No. But anyway, no. Bear this in mind that there's people. Do you know why it's selling out so quickly? The consoles are because the scalpers are buying these consoles to then try and get people to pay out more money.
Yeah, exactly. A bit like when the pandemic started, everyone, that people were going into supermarkets, etc., and buying all the bog roll, toilet paper.
Yeah.
They were buying it all, hand sanitizers, and then trying to profit off people's misery.
But I think that ended up being labelled a crime, if I'm not mistaken.
It has now, but at the time it hadn't.
Nope.
And there's actually that guy who'd spent God knows how much on hand sanitizers.
Oh, in America.
Just to find out that everyone's going to avoid him like the London plague.
Oh no, do you make it even worse? He got properly done for that.
I hope he did. In fact, I hope that they managed to insert as many bottles into his anus than he actually managed to pack into his fucking car.
How do I say this? He got arrested for profiteering over the pandemic and people's misery. And each bottle, because what made it even worse, he tried to turn around and say, "Oh no, they're not all mine. I'm possibly giving them all to charity." Whoever it was who was there when he said that was pure genius. You know why? What's the name of the charity? We've got some pickup trucks. We can help you move them.
Exactly.
So we spent all that money getting them. And they just turned around because technically he was in a situation where if he says they were his, he was getting arrested.
Look it up how much he actually spent on him.
Oh, it's absolutely insane. It was either he openly admits and goes to prison and meets Bubba.
Bubba the big butt plug.
Right? Or when he turns around and says, "I'm donating them," and they turn around and says, "Well, we've got some pickup trucks, so we can help you with that." He's got to donate them for nothing.
So either way,
he's getting screwed.
I was just about to say, either way, he's going to get shafted, either by the long arm of the law or Big Bubby.
Pretty much.
Damn.
And by the way, you know how serious it was when they actually got the trucks filled up. While they were filling up the trucks, they actually got more trucks on the way to get the rest of it.
Wasn't it something like 20 grand?
It was about 20 to 40 grand.
Fucking hell. Nutty. Absolute nutcase.
And
Jesus
to
Christ.
make it even worse, he didn't get the recognition that he'd give it away to charity.
Yeah, because he's a twat and everyone knew he was a twat.
No. He basically got basically told you could actually have your name put towards it over the charity, but I'm pretty sure when this goes out, you're probably going to be named and shamed.
Oh, fucking hell. I hope it made his life a misery.
Oh, it did.
Twat. Anyway, I think that is me going to be able to call it a wrap-up.
That's a wrap-up. For this week, I'm just going to just state for it, you know where our links are, what we're in support of. Check out the Burning Truth website, especially the merch page to be in full support of us, where you can what?
Buy my fucking merch!
And we cannot be held responsible for the external links that are on there, as we have no control of them. Of course, we are on social media. Check us all out on there. If you want to listen to past episodes, we're on Spreaker, the website, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Amazon Music, and other sources. As always, we're also mental advocates of the burning, we're massive advocates of mental health.
I was just about to say, you really needed to get your words out then. Really did.
I know. I noticed.
Elmo says, do you want a hand?
Yes, please. Thank you, Elmo.
Yeah, you can have two.
Thank you, Elmo. Moving on. All I'm just going to say is, genuinely, it is okay to be not okay. Asking for help is never a weakness. And you can find out that there's more care for you than you could ever know. We also recommend you never compare your behind the scenes to other people's greatest hits. Which is a quote from Tom Campbell of Cultaholic.
It is.
And we also recommend you to make yourself a priority once in a while. It's not selfish, it's necessary. And if there's anything that you can be in this world right now, please be more kind.
Also, asking for help is never a sign of weakness.
Never. Definitely isn't. 100% agree with you on that one. And are you ready, Mr. Irvine?
I am Mr. Burns.
Excellent. And what is the number one rule of Progress Wrestling and, of course, the Burning Truth?
Don't be a dick.
Pretty much, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
And of course, to quote from a certain film, and of course, the Wild Stallions.
Be excellent
to each other.
Bill and Ted.
Can you remember their actual names in it?
Theodore.
What?
Oh, shit. Mate. Honestly, my mind's gone blank.
Bill S. Preston Esquire.
I was just thought.
And Ted Theodore Logan.
Fuck me. I've been so looking forward to the new one as well, and I'm
the
just like, oh my god,
it's brilliant. Brilliant, recommend it. It's a great watch.
What is it on at the moment?
Amazon, I think it's on Amazon.
How have I not seen this?
But you have to pay for it.
That is probably why.
But anyway, I believe that's going to be a wrap-up for this week's episode.
It is, but you didn't let me do something because you were going too quick.
Please do so.
Mr. Burns, when you were going through the list of listening devices that we are on,
Yes.
you did not allow me to stutter for you to Google. So I want you to say Google Podcast again.
Google
Google.
Podcasts. Just
I
for you.
have to get it out my system. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And with all that, we hope you all stay well and stay safe, and hopefully till the next episode, check up on your local wrestling and give a call to a family member, a friend, somebody you haven't spoken to in a long while, a colleague, anything, be it either through a phone call, a text message, a Instagram message, messenger, carrier pigeon, letter, fax. Yes, I know.
But just remember that if you use the pigeon service, don't forget that Dick Dastardly and Muttley are not far behind.
And they can be quite messy as well.
Yes.
Yes. But anyway, with that, I've been Matt Burns.
And I've been Elmo.
And I've been James Irvine.
That he has. And this has been The Burning Truth. Thank you very much for listening in. We'll hopefully catch you on the next episode. Until then, it's been emotional. Catch you later.
Swear to God.
Catch you later.
Swear to God.